Welcome to Park Bench Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Randy Goodman here from Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I am super excited to be interviewing Tony Hornick, who is a proprietor, and we're going to find out all about it. You you created Sprout Growers. Tell us all about that, Tony, and thank you for being here.
You want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing?
Nope, first I want to know what you're doing.
Well,
tell us about your business.
What I do is to teach people about the healthiest food in the world, which most people don't know about, and that is sprouts. And what is a sprout? That's what you want to know, and that's what you should learn. A sprout is a baby that comes out of the mother's seed. Seeds are mothers, just like human mothers, and they have babies. And seeds are called sprouts, and humans are called babies. And these sprouts, these little sprouts that come out, the little babies that come out, have been given everything by God and nature, everything possible that God and nature could give that baby at birth, like it does with a human baby, no differently.
Wow.
It's identical. So as a result, if we know that everything is there nutritionally, which it is, everything is there, nothing is missing on the day of birth. That's the time to eat them, the day that is born. So I developed a system which is unusual, and that is you put the seeds into the equipment tonight, and tomorrow night you're eating the baby.
Wow.
Sorry to say that, but that's the way it is. You're eating the baby because it's got all the nutritional values that every baby has at birth.
Okay.
At the day of birth, it's all there. There's nothing missing. But the day after birth, it's completely changed. Genetics take over. And the genes say, I want to look like mom and dad. I don't want to look like just anybody. So if I want to look like mom and dad, then I want to go to my genetic body and pick out the things that look exactly the same as my mother and father. Because what's happened is, at the day of birth, everything was downloaded by God, just like that, into the birth of the baby. But the birth says, I don't need black hair, I don't need or I don't need blonde hair. So I'm going to change. I want the colors to be exactly the same as my mother and father were. And that's exactly what a seed baby does as well. The seed mother produces a child called a sprout. And at the day of birth, that sprout has got the ability to change everything to look like its mother and father. Okay. Which means that it will have less value than at the birth. So if you eat it at the birth, and it's got everything in it, even things that we don't need, okay, genetically, we're going to have all the nutrients that God and nature can give us. Agreed? It's exactly the way it is. That's life. Whether it be a human or a seed, it doesn't matter. Life starts that way in the baby at birth. Okay. And that's a very important point.
So tell us a little bit about what are the benefits of these sprouts.
Well, first of all, if you go to my website, sproutgrower.com, that's a recent website, one of 20 that I run, and I'm the webmaster on them. In other words, I make the changes, I improve them, I add things that are important, I delete things. On sproutgrower.com, you will find, for instance, a complete history, the 30-day history of a doctor starting to eat sprouts on day one, and every day he ate them for 30 days. It tells you exactly how he feels and what has happened to his body. That's very interesting. And that is one of the reports you can read. And
So tell us, Tony, on here, give us some of the benefits. Like, why do we want to eat sprouts?
Well, the reason you want to eat sprouts, first of all, it is the baby of the mother, and all nutritional value is in that sprout.
So tell us, what is the nutritional, what are those nutrients? So tell us some of them.
Well, every nutrient that God and nature can possibly give you is in that.
So name some of them.
I would have to get the form up and the picture up to show you all of them. There's
Okay.
hundreds of nutrients in one sprout.
Okay,
And
so what is it going to do for me? Like, why do I want to eat them?
Because it'll make your body as healthy as it could ever be in any way at all. There's nothing in the world that is more healthy than a sprout. Everything is there for your body, everything. Nothing is missing, because God in nature doesn't miss anything. It's all there.
And how long have you been eating them?
I've been eating sprouts now for 55 years, but rigidly every morning for 25 years. In other words, when I wake up in the morning,
Wow.
I have a small dish, small one, and that small dish has got 3 tablespoons of sprouts in it. And I put the sprouts over some cottage cheese, a spoonful of cottage cheese. I put some maple syrup on top of it because I like sweets.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have sweet green vegetables to eat every morning before breakfast. That's
Nice.
my first food to put in God's body. My body is God's body. It was produced by God in nature. I want to treat it the way it should be. I don't want to put cooked food into my body in the morning. It has to be green God's food. And that's exactly what I do every
Good
morning
food.
of my life.
Okay, I love it. So Tony, is this something that you always did all your life, or did you, grow up thinking you were going to do something else and then fall into this? How did this happen?
When I was 35 years of age, I became very ill. Now, I could go back to 6 years of age and tell you my life story, and I'd love to, but we haven't got the time on this video to do that. So I'm going to tell you what happened, why I'm in the business.
Okay.
At 35 years of age, I became very ill. My medical doctor said, we've got to operate on your vertebrae. I said, hold it. Let me read about what you're going to be doing first. So I went to the local Toronto City libraries and the Etobicoke libraries, and for 2 weeks I read books on what he told me the reason why I need the operation.
Okay.
I was an invalid at 35. I could hardly stand up.
Wow.
And anyways, within 2 weeks of reading books and historic records from China, mostly, because there were no computers in those days when I was doing the reading. It was all done, excuse me, all the reading I did was in books, most of them from China. And the result was that I started to learn about the sprouts and started to grow them. Every scientist in all the books I read said the same thing. Put the seeds in a jar, put water over them, and they'll grow. They were all wrong. Every scientist that wrote an article about it was wrong in what they explained, because every time you do it the way they say, it grows mold.
Oh.
And that is bad.
Okay. Not good.
So as a result, within 2 to 3 years, I changed that system to another system instead of you doing what the scientists said I should do, I produced my own homemade small system, an antiquated small system, but it was clean.
Right.
I didn't get mold anymore.
Okay, good.
The result is that I became extremely healthy. I didn't need the operation that my doctor said I should have.
Oh,
And
lovely.
that taught me, that whole lesson taught me two things. Never believe your doctor unless you have a backup uh, uh, to his information. You want to be always sure of what your doctor says is right. And if you're not sure, always get some other doctor to learn about what your problem is too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I
So
agree
anyway,
with you.
uh, it was educational for me.
So what
Okay.
happened there? So you were an invalid, you did all kinds of research, so you decided that,
I became healthy,
okay.
and
How long
so
did that take?
I kept eating sprouts then for 25 years because I recognized I didn't get stomach aches anymore. I didn't get headaches anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt good. But I realized there were a lot of things I had to change. So um, 25 years ago, I was
Right.
70 years of age at that time, approximately, just under 70. And I decided to reconstruct my life and go into business teaching people what I had learned over now a total of 50 years, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and that is all about sprouts and their value. And that's what I've been teaching. And I can tell you that there is no food in the world that's less expensive than a sprout. There's nothing more healthy than a sprout. Nothing.
Right.
Because if there was, I'd be eating it.
But you have to
And,
eat it at 24 hours, right?
and I eat 1 pound to 2 pounds a month of
Okay.
sprouts.
Okay. So, Tony.
1 to 2 pounds of seeds. 1 pound of seeds, and mung beans are the ones that have been talked about more than any other seed in the world, in books, historic records, and so on. And they still are now showing up as the most important seed in the world in literature that you learn about seeds. Mung
And
beans are the very best seeds you could possibly use to grow a sprout.
okay.
There are
And
7,500 seeds in 1 pound.
wow.
One seed has thousands of nutrients in it, not just one or two or three like a multivitamin pill
Right.
has at a store. Thousands of nutrients are in one seed.
And it's
Believe me,
pretty
thousands.
inexpensive, right?
And the cost of that is $5 for 7,500 seeds. But 1 pound is 7,500 seeds for $5. And $5 is 1 pound of 7,500 multivitamin pills.
Right.
That's 7,500 multivitamin pills at the minimum you will be putting into your body every month. All natural,
Right.
with nothing missing. 2,000 different enzymes on each seed. You'll never get that many enzymes in anything else in the world.
Right. Well, you're clearly passionate about it. So, but we have to eat it after 24 hours, correct?
You have to eat them every morning for breakfast.
No, but I
Every
mean when
morning.
you're growing them, Tony. So the stage of growth, the best time to eat them is when?
When you put your seeds into the grower that I invented to grow them in one day, you put the seeds in tonight, tomorrow night they're ready to eat in one day. No mold, completely clean, with every nutrient your body can possibly use.
And
It's
that's
very important.
and that's the best time to eat them after the one day?
That's the only time to eat them. The
Okay.
first day they're born.
So,
Which the seeds to go into the equipment that I invented, and the seed then is, and by the way, there's 150,000 people already doing this in the world. That's how many uh, sprout growers I have sold so far, and all the sprout growers that I sell, they're guaranteed for lifetime use. You don't buy one today and you have to replace it tomorrow. You buy one for the rest of your life. And all you do from then on is buy seeds at $5 a month for 7,500 seeds.
Right.
Very inexpensive food with all the nutrients, inexpensive, healthy. You couldn't get a better breakfast than that. And
So
then,
Tony,
yeah,
do you have to grow them fresh every day then? So if you're supposed to eat them after one day, if you have extra, then it's already too late, right? So
you grow them in my system for approximately 2 to 3 day quantity.
okay.
That 2 or 3 day quantity you put in the refrigerator after they're grown in one day.
Okay.
You take them out of the refrigerator for the second day and the third day to put into a small dish with some maple syrup on it or any way you want. But that's the first food you should eat every morning.
So does it stunt their growth when they go in the fridge so that they don't keep growing?
They will grow very lightly because it's not ice cold, it's not frozen,
Right.
it's just a coolness. So they'll grow, but very little.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you're eating a fresh vegetable every day for the 3 days that you have them in the refrigerator.
Okay,
Uh,
perfect. Perfect. I love that. So
well,
tell
now I must tell you, I'm 91 years of age. 4 studies have been done on my body so far by 3 companies.
okay.
The third company that did the study said on their first study they did that I'm only 31 years of age. And they said there's something wrong with our system. So, Tony, would you please come back in because either our system is bad or we made a mistake on producing the results
All right.
on the tests. They came up with the same answer the next time I went into their office. 31 years of age is the age of my body.
Wow.
In other words, I have not aged like everyone else. I'm healthier than most people. I am 31 years of age in my body, health-wise. Uh, how much more can I? That's from 50 years of eating sprouts.
Yeah, it's
But the
awesome.
last 25 years, very rigidly.
Right.
So if you start eating sprouts now, you're going to stay younger and get younger as you grow.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I love
Because
it.
all the nutrients are there to make you healthy
Yeah.
and to keep you healthy. There's nothing missing.
Right.
Not one thing is missing. And
Right.
that's been proven study after study after study, many of which are on my websites. And if you want to know all about what I do, you go to a second website, the original one, and that is Sprout Growers with an S on it. Then you'll see everything I did right from the start.
I
My
love it.
history of my illness, uh, my background. Uh, I'm a ballroom dancer, and a good one. And you'll even see me dancing on my Sprout Systems videos. So, anyways, I'm enjoying life. I've got a good life,
I
and
love it.
that's very important. A healthy life. I never feel sick. Never, never, never feel sick. No stomach aches, no headaches, nothing like that.
Love it. So
When
Tony,
when you get a cut on your finger, your body heals it automatically. You know
right.
that.
Yep.
It's exactly the same with an illness. Your body is a manufacturing machine. It'll heal any illness you can possibly get. And that's why I never worry about the virus that goes around. I never feel sick, never get sick, because I can't get sick. Because my body is so healthy, my body heals everything. Keep that in mind.
I love that. So Tony, you also give back to society, to community. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Um, well, right now, I've been offering 15,000 sprout growers for free to the poor and the poor people in the world and the downtrodden. Like
Thank you.
out of 9 billion people, there's uh, I'm sure there's 4 billion at least that are sick, that are starving, that are ill.
Mhm.
They should have this kind of food. They would never get sick,
Right.
never be ill, and it costs nothing to feed them.
Right.
Five, uh, the farmers get a penny to 5 cents per pound for this food. I pay $2.25 to $3.25 a pound for that same food by the time it gets here through the 12, there's 12 different costs involved to get the food
Right.
into my hands to give to the public
Mhm.
or to sell to the public. I sell to the public at $5 or $6 a pound.
Right.
1 pound is 7,500 seeds. That's 7,500 multivitamin pills.
Right.
And I eat that many in 1 month at the minimum. I eat
Right.
1.5 pounds a month sometimes.
Right.
And I've eaten, also took 1 full week of only eating sprouts and nothing else. 1 whole week for a test.
Right.
Just green food, healthy green food.
Right.
So I felt good, and I couldn't feel better, as a matter of fact.
Well, thank you for giving back, Tony. Are there any suggestions or tips you want to give people out there before we sign off?
Yes, if you want low-cost food, healthy food, get into sprouting, please. Uh, It'll change your life. No question about that. It'll change your life. And by the way, you're welcome to come to my apartment anytime, meet me. I never hide my phone numbers, my address. I've been dealing with the same bank since 15 years of age in my first business. Um, uh, I, but I'm an open book. Okay.
I love it. Love it. So tell us again where they can go to see information on your products.
All right, I run over 20 websites altogether. Um, the word sprout grower, I own all of the domains for that. Uh, sproutgrower.ca, .com, .org, etc. They're all mine because 20 years ago when I went into the business, I realized that that's going to be very important later. And it's becoming now more and more important. There are at least 25 to 50 websites selling my product out there, and everyone is supposed to sell them for the same price. That's $35 for the sprout grower, uh, $6 a pound for the seeds. The sprout grower, it's guaranteed for as long as you live unconditionally. So if it breaks or something happens to it, we'll replace it at no charge,
Wow.
because you should have a sprout grower the rest of your life for the $35 investment.
Okay,
It's
I
a low
love it.
price.
Love it.
And you can order those through my websites at Sprout Grower or Sprout Growers or sproutgrower.ca, etc. All the different websites you can order a unit. And by the way, everybody asks, what are you going to do when you die? Who's going to get the business? Instead of salesmen, I have 100 salesmen in North America now selling my product. I'm going to have uh, uh, all these people signing up from now on, and just I've already got two signed up this way. They become partners in the business, and they own their own business, doing exactly what I'm doing with inventory in their home. It's a small homes business, no rent to pay, no uh, uh, legal fees, no franchise fees, a very low cost business, and it's a cash business. You buy your sprouters and you sell them. Very simple business.
Nice. So
And you're
people
making
could
people healthy.
take this on as a business if they wanted, or they can just buy the product.
They can, so they can just buy the
Perfect.
product and become very healthy,
Yeah,
or
perfect.
they can go into business and help other people get healthy and make a
Awesome.
good profit at the same time.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Tony, for being on with me today.
Okay. I appreciate your asking me. This is the first time I'm doing this on a live video.
Okay,
I've never done
awesome.
this before.
Awesome.
This is entirely new for me, and that's good. But
Yeah.
I'll be on another one next week. Evidently, there are other people who want me to do the same thing. So
Okay.
you've got me on here number one.
Okay, good.
I want you to know, I want everyone to know I've known this young lady, young, beautiful,
Thank
for
you.
many, many years, correct? And we've had a lot of communication in the past, and she's an honest, good person, a really good person, and that
Thank
is
you.
unusual.
Thank you, Tony, as you are as well, and I appreciate you sharing with us. So thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.